What up, y'all? Trying something a little different today because the patio is really sunshiny and I've got these pretty plants behind me. So, um, I know rare two videos in a row, right? I'm back on my game. I might be making content again here soon. So I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I had to get my blood drawn, and I'll probably hear back from my doctor in about a week after he gets the labs back and find out whether or not I'm staying at half a milliliter of EV every 2 weeks or if I'm going to increase it. So I don't know. We'll see. And I'm also going to find out if I can stop taking the Spiro, because I don't want to take the Spiro anymore, and it's looking like I might not have to. So, I mean, already since I started the EV, and I've been skipping my Spiro, to be honest with you, and like I haven't noticed a difference, except that my boobies are looking a lot better. They're starting to fill out a lot more. And today I officially got my referral into OHSU for facial feminization surgery. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so like, healthy Tiffany, hooray. I haven't smoked a cigarette in several weeks now, which is cool. Hey, awesome. Yeah, so things are going great. Tons of work at work today. The boss man, the owner, was actually in helping because most of my coworkers called out today. There was a couple of us that came in yesterday. As far as I know, it was double time because of the holiday pay. But I'll come back to you on that one, because I don't know if it's not double time, then, because I've been there 3 months already and I should be eligible for paid holidays. So if it's not double time, we're gonna have some problems, and it's gonna be time to start organizing at work, because why bother coming in? I mean, like, I don't know. But apparently a couple of my coworkers called out. One was sick. One of the guys who was in yesterday, and the guy who wasn't in yesterday called out and said he partied too hard over the weekend. So, yeah. So it was just me, my female coworker, the printer operator, and the shop foreman today. And then the owner came in to help out. And, of course, he was just sitting there, like, doing the easiest thing in the world. Didn't even set foot in the shop. But I guess it was a morale booster, maybe. I don't know. He brought a whole bunch of snacks too. It's like he took a trip to fucking Costco and bought a bunch of fucking snacks and just didn't like them. So like all of them are open, but there's only like one thing missing out of them. I didn't get the full story on it, but I don't know. Now there's some Cliff bars and some fucking fig and oat bars and some fucking bags of chips, some Sun chips and some Frito-Lay chips, and like 12 cases of LaCroix or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, it was nice to see the boss man actually there, like, helping out, and he must be behind the 8 ball pretty hard, because he's really pushing for people to work overtime. He hasn't made it mandatory yet because, he's like one of those shit libs who, thinks he's woke and won't enforce mandatory overtime. But he sure as hell is good about making you feel bad for not coming in to work overtime. I don't know. Like, if I experience too many more days like this, it might be time to talk to my local manufacturing union and see how I can organize my coworkers and get us in the union. You want to mess around, boss? Fuck around and find out, right? But I'm grateful I have a job. I'm underpaid, for sure. I'm overworked because I'm about the only one working overtime. But I have a job, and that's better than a lot of my comrades are doing right now. So, solidarity with the comrades who haven't found work yet, or who would rather, soak up the unemployment until it runs dry. I don't blame y'all at all. You know, if your job can't compete with unemployment, then they are not paying even close to a non-livable wage. That's like a dieable wage. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like me, I make $16 an hour, with the promise that I would be bumped up to 17 upon learning all the positions in the shop, which I've been done for like the last 4 or 5 weeks now. So I really need to talk to my boss about getting that dollar raise. You know, like when I sat down to discuss compensation, because it was set out, I did a working interview at $15 an hour. Unless I chose to, take the job, then I'd get whatever hourly rate I wanted, or whatever, you know what I mean. Anyway, I called my boss after, I went to work. I did my working interview. Long hair. I did my working interview on a Wednesday, and I came back that Thursday. And then that Thursday night, I texted my boss and said, hey, I'd like to talk about my compensation. I'd really like $20 an hour, because I'm a master carpenter. I bring some serious game to the table. But, little did I know at that point, like, all my years of carpentry experience did not prepare me for this. Yeah, we make shit out of wood, but we're not carpenters. It's a manufacturing outfit. You know what I mean? Like, we make shit out of wood and we shape and mold the wood, but we're not carpenters. You know what I mean? Well, I'm a carpenter, but I can't speak for the other guys who work there. Like I don't think they're actual carpenters like I am. I think they just got a job and, whatever. But, my boss straight up said, oh, that's not in the budget. You know what I mean? $20 an hour, not in the budget. And, like most of the carpenter jobs, they're talking about upwards of $25 to $30 an hour in the paper and on Craigslist and shit. And, I was like, okay. I just wanted a job real bad because my car was a piece of, my car broke down once. It wasn't broke down yet, but it was just a couple weeks from breaking down. But I mean, I just needed a job, right? So I took the job, and I don't regret it. I really enjoy my job, and I like the guys I work with and the woman I work with, and I dig it. I probably would have, had I known it was like this, I probably would have turned down a $22, $23 an hour job to come work here for 16, just because the situation is choice. It's choice for me anyway. For me, I work with people who respect my identity, and I work with people who understand what I've been through to come this far. And I work with people who fucking agree that I did the right thing and I was not wrong at GameStop. So, which, I'll die on that hill. I would go back and do it 100,000 times again, I promise you. But, ultimately, this guy put us on the books for something like 13,000 handles over the next 3 months, and typically we only put out about 3,500 handles in a month. And of course, now that we went that month of June, we didn't even come close to the smallest bonus. We got about 3,200 handles out in the month of June, but we missed days because of the heat and everything else. We weren't at full speed. But now we didn't get the bonuses, so I can understand why my coworkers are salty. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I mean, it would have been nice to get that extra couple $100, but in the grand scheme of things, it's only a couple $100. Like, if you want to entice some people to fucking to basically give you pieces of their lives, you need to come with something a little better than that. You know what I mean? And it's not that I work for a bad dude. He's genuinely a pretty good guy, but he's a capitalist and he's a shit lib. And I really, like, the more and more I work here, the more and more I'm formulating my plan to unionize the workforce at Hoptown Handles. Because I think these guys deserve better. I mean, I deserve better. And I mean, I guarantee you, if we were making, $25, $26 an hour right now, all of us would have been there today. And we damn sure would have got 4,000 handles out last month. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I got some crazy shit right here on the camera, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. You know, I'm not at hardcore communist Karen mode yet. You know what I mean? But it's coming. It's coming. And the more and more I see, and you know, I was kind of like, you know, and like I said, Ben's a great guy. The owner, he's a great guy. But I was like, yeah, serves you right to be in here with what you're paying us. You know what I mean? But you know, that's I'm preaching the choir. That's the story of working class America, is that we're treated as if we're a resource to be squandered and exhausted. You know, because they damn sure squander us and exhaust us for small amounts of pay, because you know the way capitalism has shit set up, it's set up that the lowest class makes just enough to barely survive and guarantee they'll be at work the next day, so they can keep the fucking wheels moving. You know what I mean? Like I mean, try fucking getting a 2-bedroom apartment, hell, even a 1-bedroom apartment in Portland for, you know, $16 an hour, 40 to 50 hours a week. and that's most of your pay right there, is just that fucking rent. A 2-bedroom in Portland is going to be like fucking $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. Like, it's expensive out here, yo. It's expensive as fuck, you know. And you know, that's why, yeah, I'm instead of looking for a new job, I'm going to make my job better. And I recommend anyone out there watching me who is not union in whatever they do, I'm saying you should probably look into unionization. At the very least, just kind of study what it would take to unionize your workforce at your work. And I promise you, a unionized workforce is a happy workforce, is a more productive workforce. And, you know, it's going to affect their bottom line to make your workers happy, and that doesn't make them happy. But you know what? Fuck them. Fuck the millionaires and the billionaires. Fuck the bourgeois. Fuck the bourgeoisie. Fuck the petty bourgeoisie. Fuck all of them. This is a workers' country. This is a workers' country. And like, it's getting to the point where, you know, it's like, why does not the bigger class just eat the smaller class, you know? Because, you know, we may be lower on the class, we may be lower class financially speaking, but we're there's a lot more of us. So, you know, let's see what kind of fucking protection that money can buy you. Because I promise you can have the fucking awesomest machine guns, but if you got a bunch of angry villagers coming at you, some of us are going to take some, sure, but some of us won't. And you're just going to get overrun, you know? But nobody wants to take that brave first step. No one. I do. I'd give a fuck less. You know, because bottom line, like, I don't know. I definitely don't want to lead, but I do want to set an example for other comrades. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. Because there's too many of us that aren't doing enough. There's too many of us that aren't doing anything. That's not praxis. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, you don't have to unionize your work or anything like that. But what you can do is, well, I would say talk to your boss about working conditions, but chances are the person you talk to doesn't even talk to the fund, doesn't even have anything to do with making those conditions better. You know what I mean? And I would say go to human resources, but human resources is the only reason human resources exists is to protect the corporate interests. You know, it's not for the workers, it's for the fucking whip crackers. You know what I mean? Like, for real. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. What is here or there is I love all of y'all, and big solidarity, big love from Portland, Oregon to all of y'all. Just try and do something, man. You ain't got to be, you know, fucking organizing and heading up fucking chapters of the PCUSA, but you should like look into seeing what you can do. Start small in your community. Help out your unsheltered comrades. Help out around the neighborhood. Just like, I don't know, do something and to strengthen your community, because a strong community equals a strong proletariat. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's just some words to chew on. Y'all, solidarity. All my love goes with you. Peace.